fade away. Never fade away. Never fade away. Never fade away.
They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we live for it, we live for forever. You at the hideout, where we can dream again. I'll tell you all my secrets, wearing courage like a second skin. The kids are all dying, we're dying to believe again. Run through the open streets, we take what is needed. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we live for it, we live for forever. We can dream all night till the sun rises. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. I'll meet you at the airport. You know that we can touch the sky, dancing in the aisles. We're skating on clouds of fire. The kids are all dying, we're dying to believe again. Run through the open streets, we take what is needed. Open up this
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the NUEL Overwatch Summer Tournament. This is week 3. My name is Desertu. I am joined by the wonderful Hiprain for what I'm sure is going to be a very, very exciting week. Now, since we last had our stream, we have changed to a best of 3 format, so actually we don't get to just see a flash of brilliance from a team and then move on to another matchup. We actually get to see a full game coming through as a best of 3, and we have 2 of them coming for you tonight.
I'm pretty excited to see exactly what we've got here. It's going to be UOB taking on Brooksback Mountain, starting out here on Lijiang Tower. So we do get to start ourselves on a cap point, as all the teams are preparing to hate up and kind of get going. It's pretty exciting to be back, actually. It feels ages.
You know, it has actually been a long time since I've sat and cast some Overwatch. And I did League of Legends last weekend, and it was probably the weirdest kind of meme broadcast in the world. I was like, I can't take this seriously, but I'm really in the mood for seeing what comes out today. You know, Doomfist, we haven't really seen too much of that lately. It's kind of been a very, very standard. I mean, in this game's a really good example, actually. Teams just seem to be going relatively standard overall. Yeah,
we're not going to see a Doomfist yet. I think people kind of want to get their head around exactly how to play him before we kind of really see the Doomfist come out. We are going to see a kill pour through straight the way for the side of Brookback. That's actually going to be a 2-for-1 trade for them. So let's see who's going to actually get themselves the advantage as we continue to push forward here.
Well, it's probably worth mentioning as well, UOB Zeus are currently at 4 wins, 0 losses. And on the other side, Brooksback Mountain, they're currently 2-2. So you can probably hazard a pretty good guess as to which way this match is going to go. However, let's not write them off. Brooksback Mountain may have some surprises up their sleeves.
They might have some surprises up their sleeves indeed. Unfortunately, at the moment though, 10% is what we're seeing coming through for the side of Zeus. And they're just scrapping them out, trying to keep them away from this point as much as possible. We are going to see the D.Va lose mech, so this could be an opening for them to come through. It's going to get traded back though as they lose the Ana.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of back and forth here, picking out the right targets, bringing down the supports, always a good way to eliminate the backbone of any attack, and that seems to be the primary focus coming through for Birmingham so far. They do now have that visor available, and do have more ultimates coming online. They're the ones with the advantage in these fights, but in fact gets picked off by Hysteria from the back there.
That's a pretty big pick because now they're losing one of their major economies, but throwing it out was going to be the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier. There's going to be the grenade comes through, lands a bit of damage, but the Sound Barrier will block most of it. We're going to see Hysteria fall straight away as the self-destruct does get called. Not going to find a target with that, but Subsidian manages to pick up Ree on the back line of the fight. Monkey's hopping in, trying to keep it going as everyone's coming down. Now the tac visor is being popped from Swillen. Is it actually going to do any work here? He gets himself a double. He gets himself a triple kill. Backed up by the Sound Barrier. 4 kills come through. And the point is defended from UOB Zeus.
Zeus showing why they're undefeated so far in the tournament there with another great fight coming through. Again, juggling those ultimates. They didn't burn them all at the very, very start. They held on and used them as applicable. So he actually held onto his own ultimate there, the visor, for quite a while. And you can already see picking off entry frags like this onto Hysteria as they're trying to come towards the point is just so damaging to Brooks' chances of getting anything back on this point.
Now, Brooks do have the ulti advantage at this point, and they're also slowly losing members, so scrap that, but they've got one more push in them. And look at this ult economy. They are slowly stacking it up. Ree's ready. He's going to go forward, and let's see if they can turn to it. But going in one after the other is not the way to do it, and I don't think they're actually going to be able to pull it back now.
It's a shame to have 4 ultimates available, but you're literally with 2% left on the clock. Probably not going to have any chance of being able to compete with this one. No, they won't. That first map will indeed go over to Zeus.
That was a bit of a questionable kind of engage from the Monkey. He should have just held back and just waited for the rest of the team to come through and just burn all the ultis and see if they can catch that way. If they don't catch that, they will lose and they have to reset, as we're going to have now. But they're now going to enter through just getting 100-0'd on the first point of the day.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we walk into it and you kind of feel like that's going to be the outcome as it comes through, knowing that there's a team here that's gone undefeated and one that's lost 2 of their 4 matches thus far. Yeah, it sounds horrible, but it's kind of what you expect walking into a match like this. But maybe, like I say, they've got something they can try and mix up here. Maybe they try and come up with some more creative picks. Maybe the Doomfist, like we mentioned earlier on, that we haven't seen too much of. Maybe that might bring them some kind of fortune in this match.
Let's see. This is a weird map, this one. It's one of the ones where we saw D.Va on the last map. We're actually seeing D.Va getting switched out for Brooksback. So there's still one D.Va in this game, but just because of the way the map works, it's actually the ultimate can't clear the payload, clear the point, and give you that kind of breathing room. So they're going to opt away from that. As we do see Robbie Reload actually get himself a kill onto the Lucio straight off the back, picking himself a 2-0 up, and they are just rinsing through them. 2 kills are going to get returned through, and Swellen looking for the opening takes I'm a Tomato out of the sky, and the point is Brooks. Oh, sorry, Zeus.
It's definitely going very, very blue. The colour of Birmingham. They'll catch themselves the first point, as you mentioned. My biggest concern here, really, for Brooks is, you know, you're not really doing anything to surprise Zeus. You know, there's that you can kind of pull out the bag as an ace up your sleeve in a sense to really surprise them and catch them off guard. It's all just kind of standard play. Like the Pharah, maybe you could argue, is a little bit different, but on this map where there's so many areas that you can hide, so many walls you can use for cover, is it really the impactful pick that they want right now? In fact, she's hanging incredibly low to the ground, and as you can see, Kim Junsi picking himself up 3 kills on the back of that fight too. It's the same story time and time again. It's just maybe not the comp isn't being executed to the stage of which we expected.
And as we slowly start to move towards this ultimate territory, look who's got the advantage so far. It is the side of Zeus who are defending. So as we get closer towards, King Jim has now got his. The Subsidian's about to get his ulti as well. So everyone's slowly picking it up. Swellen's going to make this a 6v5. Are they going to aggress? It looks like the answer to that question will be yes. 1-for-1 is going to be the answer as they're slowly trading away. Tomato will get himself one, but they trade it back. Stittler picks up Paddy, and that's a great ulti from Postbomb coming through, making Subsidian goes forward and goes down at this point. They still haven't got any pressure onto the point.
Too busy trying to stop themselves getting slaughtered as soon as they walk out of their spawn garden, it seems, thus far. It kind of was telling there that Stittler was out of his mech, just running at people with the pistol held down, got his ultimate charge back. Didn't even get hit, it seemed, when he was in that state either. So, you know, more aggression, I would say, is needed from Brooks back, but that's kind of, that goes without speaking. This is a game of aggression, and right now, Zeus are showing a lot more of it.
Zeus are definitely showing aggression. It's going to be the Graviton Surge backed up by the ultimate from the Zenyatta, just trying to keep everyone alive. Double Zenyatta it out, and no one has fallen in the fight so far. D.Va will get the mech back, so that's something, but the clock is ticking. There is a time bomb coming through. They're going to lose mech, but they're going to pick a kill up for it as they're just trading forward as Stittler manages to get a kill onto Paddy, forcing the side of Brook back. And it's going to be Olamango picking up Subsidian as we see Robbie Reload come out. Sound Barrier is going to get popped. Double. Let's make that a double. They're tracing forward. There's so many people fighting, popping ultimates, but no one's gone down. 99% is what's on the clock as the self-destruct comes through. Isn't going to get themselves a kill, but King Junti picks up Asteria on the back end of the fight. And Brooks are taking a bad fight now at this point as they're losing member after member. And the pressure is completely in Zeus's favor. This is going to be overtime ticking away. 99%, another 100-0 for Zeus.
One thing that I clocked at the very, very start of that final fight was that you had the supports on the front line. It wasn't the tanks that were there. It was literally the supports. Paddy in the front line got picked off. Everyone was like, what the hell are you doing here, Paddy? Bye-bye. And he died very, very quickly. They haven't got the tanks sitting in front of them. They don't have the formation to the team comp that they need to be able to win these fights against Birmingham. And Birmingham are just taking advantage of that. They're just running amok through the team, picking off whoever they want, whenever they want, and just not giving them any room to breathe. So for Brooks, my only advice could be here is just get some coordination going to your team, push in together, try and keep your supports alive. I know Kim Junti is going to be a pain. I know Suin and Robbie Reload are also giving you an absolute nightmare in the back line, but you need to find a way to deal with those threats.
They do need to find a way to deal with those, but if they do lose this point, like you said, it is a best of 3. It's not the end of the world for them. They can still kind of pull this back in the later stages, but you don't want to kind of start the best of 3 getting 100-0'd on a capture point straight off the bat. So we are seeing a slight change. Iron Tomato actually going to pick up his Roanheart, something I'm a bit more used to seeing in play at this point. They are struggling to get through again. Just the grip that Zeus has is absolutely massive at this point.
They're getting flanked as well here. One thing they just weren't aware for was where Kim Junti was. The damage he was going to be bringing down. He will bring down that Reinhardt. Oh. And for a while I thought, the Reinhardt probably not really the best for this kind of map because he is a lot better at holding chokes, and there aren't really that many chokes on maps like Control Center, even on most of the polls, to be honest. Yes, there's a couple of archways you can hold down, but that's about as far as it goes. But same stories before. They just sat back. They tried to defend, and they did pretty well to begin with. They did bring down the mech quite early on, but just couldn't convert that into any kills and couldn't convert it into an advantage. And Birmingham once again on their way to a 3-0 sweep.
Well, Shreddy actually managed to get himself a triple kill in that fight. That was a little bit exciting. As the team are actually contesting at this point. A bit more of a scraps coming forward. Ree on the backside is just going to get dropped out by Robbie Reload. There is no mech for Stittler, but Robbie Reload doesn't matter because he gets himself 2. Asteria will trade back onto King Junti, but Subsidian takes out Mango. Make that a triple for Robbie Reload. As Iron Tomato forced to flee, but Swellen lands the damage. Asteria drops. And complete dominance is what Zeus is showing in this map.
Yeah, Robbie constantly being able to just basically run at the supports there. Yes, he's got a Reinhardt in front of him, but nothing's really happening. He's swinging his hammer. He's got the shields behind him, Robbie. So there's literally, he can basically ignore the Reinhardt at this point. Paddy now switching over to the Mercy as well, trying to bring some more healing to the team, you dare say. How long that healing can persist for is a different story altogether. Let's see how they can do with this next push though.
Sound Barrier comes out, backed up by the Earth Shatter. Robbie Reload's going to get popped back, and we did see Asteria throw his ultimate, but he didn't land on it on squad. It's a 1 for none as the Graviton Surge comes out, followed up by the Transcendence, but Swellen comes up for a massive triple kill on the Soldier. Shreddy takes up Tomato, and then it's just Mango left as he falls to pieces. And another fantastic fight for Zeus.
It's kind of as expected once again. There's not really much more you can say than that. I mean, in that case, we said with Paddy, you know, you've picked a very heavy healer here, but you don't even have the chance to do any healing. There's so much burst coming through from this team as well, and so much displacement. You know, once the Winston's in the backline, you've got the D.Va in the backline as well, of course. The Winston shield blocking that healing beam from the Mercy does give them a whole host of trouble. And right now, Spratton to reload. He's almost going down himself here automatically.
But we even see the self-destruct get popped out. Stittler takes out Paddy. It's a 3 for none and make that a 4 for none at this point. Kinjunti now has Pulse Bomb available, is going to be able to throw that out there. And it doesn't even matter because the 3-0 comes through and Zeus just dominate Brooks back straight off the bat.
And as we said, sort of expected. But at least now there's a chance to mix things up and try something else on a different map. Maybe, hopefully for them, it's not going to be another capture and hold, because in this case, it just wasn't really their day to be playing on this type of map.
Player of the game will be Subsidian. He played very well this game. Massive heals coming through as well.
All about that Zenyatta boy. DPS Zenyatta. That's what the name of the game is.
We've seen the rise in the Zenyatta in recent patches as well, where we've seen the Zenyatta kind of, because of how much Discord offers into these tanks, it's so good. It's just, you can just give so much more damage increase to your team onto a single target. And then the AoE heal in a team fight, especially on these capture points, is so big. And it denies the buffed Graviton Surge because you can't escape the Graviton Surge anymore. I believe that buff's live. I believe you can't use, I can't remember what patch you're on. So for anyone who hasn't played Overwatch for a little while, Graviton Surge now you cannot use like the Mercy Glide to get away. You can't dash out of it anymore. You are pulled in. It is a bit more like it actually is a Graviton Surge holding you in place. But the Transcendence is still a massive counter to that ability, and it just blocks anything from really coming through. Do you think we're going to see a Doomfist today?
I think we'll see one at some point. Like, why not?
I hope so.
I fully expect to see it at some stage, but I don't think so much on the pile you'll see him. Maybe seeing more towards the points where you're trying to assault onto a point, so more favoured towards the capture and escort style maps that we keep on seeing.
Yeah. I mean, we can see Zeus pull him out now, just purely because of the fact that, you know, they're just 100-0 free maps in a row against Brooks back, so they might be feeling a little confident. Like you said, it's not the best pick for Nepal, but if they do actually end up taking that out, it could be kind of a cocky move here. See if they can run it. Gives them a chance to maybe practice this, because we're in early stages, right? So you can kind of throw a couple of games if you just want to mess around and figure out exactly how you want to play your team style. It does feel like Zeus do have their kind of play style ironed out already very early on into this tournament. Brooks back showing little glimmers of hope, but not enough, unfortunately, for them to really carry through against Zeus.
Yeah, they had the kind of nice fight at the very start of Control Center there, where the Reinhardt was able to sit in a pretty good spot. It's just once the flank came through that there was nothing to protect the supports behind them. You know, unfortunately, the shield only goes in one direction, can't completely cover those around you as well. But maybe that's an idea for a new hero. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, that's basically what Winston does.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a crap shield, let's be honest. It doesn't last very long. And Winston,
his
job is to be in the back line, not the front line. And it's fair to probably reload. That's what he's done all across all three of those rounds. He was in the back line every single time, bringing down supports, bringing down DPS. He didn't care who was in his way. He just kept on jumping through. And this is what we mentioned earlier on in terms of aggression, is that Zeus are bringing it in bucket loads, whereas for Brooks, it's not really there. They're trying their best to try and find an avenue into this one, but it is always going to be a tough struggle for them. And, you know, maybe been a little bit harsh on them so far, but it's expected. You're against arguably one of the best teams here, a 4-0, may find themselves going all the way undefeated if this record keeps up.
If they can keep it up, they could go undefeated indeed, but got a way to go still, and a couple of chinks in the armor. Any team's kind of watching or kind of prayed against them a couple of times might be able to figure out what they need to do to beat Zeus. Because what is the tactic to them? They're hyper aggressive, this team. How do you play into like a hyper aggressive team?
I mean, it's kind of difficult because it's also not just the case of being a hyper-aggressive team. It's also a bit of a skill mismatch. You know, it sounds horrible to say, but it's pretty true. Like, it's quite obvious a lot of the players on Zeus are just better than their counterparts on Brooks. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't all be the best player in the world. I'm sure if we sit here and play League of Legends, we'll sit here and be like, well, we want to be Faker. Not everyone can be the Faker, or not everyone can be the main character as it might be. So in that case, they're just going to have to suck it up, I think. It probably will be another defeat here. It's going to be another whole map. It's going to be Nepal, which just makes it even more kind of crushing for them, knowing that exactly how it turned out last time.
So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Dezichi says that Brooksback are the side character in Zeus's anime.
Yeah, so it feels. If you're going to go full weeb about it, then yeah, sure, mate. Why not?
I'm just falling into your level, man.
Yeah, right. I understand your language. Don't worry. I'm with you.
Well, Stittler hasn't actually locked in the hero yet. Oh, there he goes, into his Diva. Nothing too unexpected. We are seeing Mango actually going onto the Genji, so he's been playing Zarya across those last couple of games.
I love his name.
Slight change. I do. Orlando Mango.
The Orlando Mango. I'm a tomato. They need some more like vegetables and fruits.
I don't know what you could work out there.
I'm being very worried because there's a lot of things you could say here around fruits and vegetables which can go quite wrong.
Let's not go too nuts.
Hey. Let's not go too bananas would have been better actually, but there you go. Would have been a suitable pun.
We're talking about puns, but everyone's just nestling for control over this top lane. This top part of the map as Swillen will take out Ree straight off the back. And again,
Robbie
it's
reloads.
just early tail of the game really. It's just constant aggression from them. As Robbie Reload's going to pick himself up a kill. Oromango will take Stittler out of mech, but it's not enough unfortunately. Stittler bops up a tomato. And the point just gets instantly captured by Zeus, and the kill feed is just blue.
It's better than it running red, although technically it is running red with the blood of Brooks.
Blue blood.
I mean, Orlando kind of worked out, the Genji worked out for them a little bit. I mean, blood is blue before it comes out, you know, it's nice and blue inside your veins.
Yeah, true. It's when oxygen hits it.
Indeed, remember that one from GCSE, but there you go.
It's dependent on when the blood's in you as well, actually. If it's already been through your heart, yeah. If it's already been through your heart, then it's red. Because it's got oxygen in it, I believe.
This is quite
anyway,
a
science lesson. These guys are, a lot of these guys are uni students, and some of them are probably science students, so they probably know a little bit more about this than us. But they seem to be showing, Zeus definitely showing that they know a lot about Overwatch as well. And look at this, Tactical Visor already charged up, and we are seeing this ult economy starting to stack up in favour for both teams here. The Pulse Bomb comes out, and it does pick up one as King Junti gets himself a double kill. Whiffy will be the one to fall for that, as we do see a Tac Visor popped up as King Junti comes through with the triple kill, repulls off the map, everyone goes down, and Swillen drops down a Tomato's mech. Just another fantastic team fight for the Birmingham team at this point. And they still have a grip on this ult economy.
They do. I mean, I was about to say, Orlando Mango does have that Nano Blade available to him here. But really, what are you going into? You're going into a very, very tanky Winston. You've got the sound barrier coming through from Shreddy. Stittler's not far away from his own ultimate. And if you get picked off like that, then you can't use your ultimate at all. So never mind.
Orlando Mango not going to be able to use his ultimate for a little bit. So it feels like Brooksback have to be a little bit careful for the next couple of moments while they're down one of their healers. Fight's still going to come out as self-destruct. Get popped. No one will go down for that quite yet. And now we're seeing another one come through. Is anyone going to go down as King Junti picks himself up 1 kill? 2 kills come through for UOB. That's going to be the Dragon Blade come out. But 4 kills come through for Zeus. And they are just walking over the point. Oromango manages to get himself some Subsidian. But Stittler gets it. And it's going to be another 100-0 for Zeus.
Kind of an expected 100-0 as well, you have to say. Like, nothing there really surprised in terms of picks. Nothing really surprised in terms of the way the outcomes of the fight ended up. It's just Zeus game all over.
Complete control and dominance here. What? So we've been kind of talking about how aggressively that Zeus are playing because they kind of understand that they have this kind of skill disparity in their favor. What do Brooksback like? Obviously, apart from the obvious kind of go and get good, what do Brooksback kind of need to iron out? What do they need to look at into maybe future games?
I mean, it's kind of the thing from the first couple of points that we saw earlier on Lijiang Tower was that they had this tanky front line that wasn't really the front line. They had everything back to front. It was the supports in the front line. It was just a little bit scattered. But there you go. Casters, this is sub-team. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cheers, mate. That's...
Wait, for Zeus?
I don't know. This is, yeah. You've really confused us there, Kim, but thanks very much. We appreciate the information and the insight.
There is a sub-team playing. Now you know. Who? We're not entirely certain.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
We'll just run with it.
We'll go with it and we'll ignore it.
Theory is picking up the Reaper this time, and it is allowing them to kind of shred through these tanks, and all of a sudden, Brooksback actually get themselves the kill control as Hysteria coming alive on the Reaper. Do you have to worry about King Junti on his Tracer?
Question is, do they actually catch the point here as well? Because they're still having to try and deal with Kim Junti just being in a bit of a nightmare. If they cap it, it's not going to be the perfect game going through for Zeus, and indeed they will. Zeus finally dropping themselves into this capture.
Definitely kind of shifting up the play style here, picking in the Reaper and the Genji to do their DPS. Has actually worked in favor for them for the now because it allows them to pop through these tanks. But we are seeing them come forward aggressively as Swillen will pick up Ree. And it looks like Zeus definitely don't want to be losing a fight here. Mango will drop Stittler out of point, throws out the Dragon Blade and gets himself 3 kills. Coming up absolutely huge on the Genji. Stittler throws himself off the map to make sure he's not worth any points. And Zeus fall apart.
They do. That was 4 kills in the end coming through for Orlando as well. But that was the same issues as what we saw before. It was just it's a very isolated backline coming through for Zeus. And in fact, it was those guys who pretty clearly forgot to set their supports there as the Genji just ran amok through the back of them and, well, quite frankly, taught them a new one.
Shreddy's actually switched onto this Mercy as well, so looking for the res. They don't want to be losing any major team fights at this point. Swellen's about to get ulti, and Robbie Reload has switched off of the Monkey and got himself up onto the Pharah, but Orlando Mango with another double kill. The man is putting some crazy work in. Stittler's going to lose mech as well. Orlando Mango finally falls down to Robbie Reload, but I'm a Tomato, Asteria, and Whiffy all have ulti, so ult economy massively in favor of Brooks back.
Question is, when do they pull the trigger and when do they use it? That's the thing I'm kind of worried about here, is because if they try and use it at the wrong time, we've seen them this time a few ultimates in the past, especially on the last round. Actually, the Soldier ultimate just went straight into a Zenyatta ultimate. They need to make sure they use these correctly if they want to be able to clear out Birmingham.
Need to make sure they do that. They probably want to get I'm a Tomato out of mech first as well, because they don't want to throw out the Soldier ulti and just get destroyed for it. But a Transcendences comes out, and as Orlando Mango picks himself up another double kill. Absolutely putting some huge work in. Now we're seeing the Dragon Blade come out one more time from Orlando Mango, and it looks like he is just starting to rip through, shred through multiple members. Self-Deflect is going to get out as Hysteria picks himself up too. Still has ultimate, and Stittler pops Simon Tomato's mech for now, but that is just a small win in their favor. The Stittler will fall apart, and Orlando Mango gets himself yet another kill. This is a fantastic turnaround from Brooks back.
It is, and it just kind of seems there it was a case of snowballing the small lead that they managed to accumulate at the very, very start and just turn it into a snowball which couldn't be stopped with the constantly rotating around. Ultimate timings in Orlando Mango, you've got to give it to the guy. He tore them apart there. Suin, he actually used his ultimate with the visor at the very, very start of that fight, but immediately Orlando Mango was there, brought him down, and that was the end of that.
You could say that the Genji Brooks the back. I screwed that up.
Wow, nice try trying to tell him, mate.
Oh no! Okay, cool.
You want to say the Genji broke the back? Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was going to say he brooks the back of UOB Zeus, but I just tripped up as I said it. Oh.
This is what happens when you try to be funny, mate.
Oh man, I had that like all of the game last game. I was like, I'm going to use this great pun, and it just fell apart. Feels bad, man. I really shouldn't be using puns.
No, just stick to what you're good at.
Recent experiences show me that puns are definitely not my strong suit at the moment.
just stick to getting excited and shouting loudly.
That's my jam. As we see 2 kills come from side of Zeus, they're definitely looking to shred some blood as King Junti gets himself a double kill. Subsendium takes out Orlando Mango, says nope, not this time, mate. And Zeus definitely getting himself the control on the point this time.
They are indeed. It seems Kim Junti going back onto that Winston, or going onto the Winston in the first place. It was Robbie Reload playing it previously, was the secret source they needed. Keeping hold of this Pharah, interestingly, they're still quite solid, despite it not really having much impact last time round.
9% on the clock, changing up. Oh look, Freddy's running that really nice skin.
Oh,
good job.
Well observed, mate.
Oh man, this has been the most cost-effective of the patches. I've not bought too many skins from the event. So we are seeing a monkey gape out here, and Kim Junti is actually going to pick Paddy up. Ree's running low, and Swillen's going to be the one to get it. 3 kills come through for UOB Zeus. And they can be pretty happy with that as Swillen takes the mech out. Asteria also gets himself a mech on the backside as Asteria will die. King Junti takes out Armor Tomato, and look at this. Just firm control from Zeus. Definitely ironing out whatever happened in that last round.
Yeah, and they nearly have 4 ultimates available to them for extra defense. There are 2 on the other side, though. Orlando Mango has his along with the Nano Blades. So let's keep an eye on when he pops that one. That could be the crucial turnaround point in this map.
Well, it's going to actually be Asteria who gets it. He pops down the tactical visor and gets himself 1 kill. So 2 burnt for 1 kill. Not at this point completely worth it, but Mango comes through. Shreddy gets a 2-man Resden, negating 2 of those ultis as Hysteria will take out Stittler. Now the Dragon Blade gets unsheathed, and Swillen comes up with the ulti, gets free. Self-destruct comes out, That's going to be I'm a Tomato getting himself 2 kills with the D.Va. Ree gets 1, and the point gets captured by Brooks back.
They managed to catch it back, and to be honest, it looked pretty scrappy when Suwon got those 3 kills with the McCree ult, so we thought that must be the end of it now. There's no more damage to come down from Brooks back, and they will find themselves losing this point again, but no, they persevered with the 3 members remaining. The damage had been done by then to the Zeus backline, and they had nothing to contest the point.
A bit of a scrap's happening up on the top side here. They just pause them out as the sound barrier will get thrown down. Zeus definitely want to recap as soon as possible, as we are seeing the self-destruct come through, and it's going to pop himself a kill onto Asteria, so they lose one of their primary DPS at this point. As Stittler will take out Whiffy. Orlando Manga manages to get himself 1 onto Swillen on the backline, so it's a 2-for-1 at this point. Scrapping over the point as King Junti and Subsidian make the kill feed go blue, make Zeus keep complete control of the point, and it is just Ree on the point as Robbie Reload gets himself 2 kills and gets complete control as Zeus will recap at this point.
See, I really expected Robbie there that once the D.Va had gone down, he was going to burn his ultimate by that. But by that time, already the majority of Brooks back had fell down, so it was a bit of a waste. But at least now he has it to play with. But they need to make sure they deal with that D.Va first, otherwise she will just devour the whole of that ultimate.
Now, Shreddy has res available. Robbie Reload also has her ulti as well, so there is a couple of abilities in their favour. Asteria is about to get ulti as well, and Orlando Mango working towards that Dragon Blade on 87%. But for now, it looks like they're just going aggressive as Stittler will take out Whiffy on the back end. Robbie Reload comes out, and now we see Orlando Mango with a dash with flash. Reflex in. That's going to be a 3-man res from Shreddy as we see the ulti come through. Trading out, trying to get the damage coming through as we see the, again, King Junti come out with 1 more kill. A zoning ultimate comes through as they're still not done. King Junti going absolutely off at this point. Even pops himself the ulti as Asteria will take out Swillen. We're going to see the sound barrier come through to try and negate Asteria's ultimate. Stittler will be the one to pick it. Orlando Mango with the reflect needs to be careful. Double D.Va Max. Orlando Mango falls apart. Overtime comes through and Zeus managed to capture the point.
Well, it was a bit more of a scrap than previously, but at least on the pole, we're starting to see a fight coming back out of Brooks here, winning themselves that 1 round, putting up a good fight in this one. They've got to feel at least a little bit of confidence, see that glimmer of hope, the stairway opening up before them, where maybe they could try and win the pole.
It's quite nice to see this shift is what they needed. They were getting outclassed and they couldn't really beat Zeus at their own game, so they shifted around and kind of changed their picks up. Getting themselves the Genji. They had the Reaper on the map they did cap, but Asteria's sticking to the Soldier for now. But the changes around seem to be enough for them to kind of at least stand some form of a chance against Zeus now.
A lot of it feels like since the change happened with Orlando getting onto the Genji, that's been the big turnaround for them in a sense, winning out a couple of fights. Even when he dies, he draws so much attention from the likes of Suwon, who is actually playing McCree just to deal with him exclusively, it feels. You know, the fact that he's drawing that attention means that Zeus are weakened and they have to put their priorities elsewhere, aside from diving into the backline and just killing everyone out.
Well, Suwon actually did get himself a pretty decent ult in that last game as well. King Junti just seems to draw first blood every time so fast. Swillen's going to take out Mango mid-air. So there's no threat for this, and it feels like this is going to be a good cap to start off with.
It is, and they have managed to force them all the way back again. Zeus refinding their stride, it feels. Oh, just not really giving Brooks any room to breathe once more, though they did just bring down Stittler in his mech, which is always a good start. Nice headshot there, immediately onto Asteria as he walked through the door.
Feels bad, man. Actually, Brooks back are trying to get themselves back on the point, trying to get some form of presence in this game. As Robbie Reload takes out Asteria to 1-for-1 as re-dropped Wellen. Everyone's running quite low here as King Junti takes out Paddy. Just contesting and fighting. King Junti is playing like an absolute monster on the ape. Gets himself 3 kills in that extended skirmish over the point, and Zeus do complete control.
They do, and then again, there's 3 ultimates available. Nearly 4 or 5 you start counting in Suwons and Subsidiums too. A little dance for Stittler on the point. Orlando Mango not yet near his ultimate. When he has it, they do have that Nano Blade combo, and we've seen what it can do in the past. But Suwon always seems to have his number.
Suwon does seem to have his number, and Suwon will have ultimate first as well. 98%. It's now ready. So look at this ult economy slowly working in favour. Now we're seeing Robbie Reload unload with the ulti. Kills come through. Drop Robbie on the side of it, but 5 kills come up absolutely massive. Make that 6. And UOB have so much control of the point. So much control of this particular map.
They do. Again, it's just kind of going back to the start of Lijiang Tower, it feels, where they made it look pretty easy for them. They are pretty dominantly in control. Look at the ultimates they've got as well. 5 on side.
Sneaky monkey on the flank. Here he comes. Actually popping his ultimate straight out, just trying to pin them through. Slittler is forced to use his ultimate. Sound barrier is going to get cut as Orlando Mango almost got ulti. Asteria hanging onto his as well. 78% as Robbie Reload takes out Whiffy, but it's Genji onto the point as Subsidian gets a double man bop off.
Well,
and here comes the ulti from the Genji. Orlando Mango just gets taken out by Swellen straight off the bat. 92%. It feels like absolutely no form of a fight will come through from Brooks back this time. As Shreddy gets the res, Ultimate's popped to zone away, Swellen drops Asteria, and pretty convincingly Zeus dropped Brooks back.
they break the mountains back, so to speak, and I guess it looked pretty promising, like I said, Orlando, when he managed to get himself back in, and no surprise that he's walking away with the play of the game here.
Guy played very, very well on the Genji, in all fairness.
I was going to say here as well, look at the exposure on the supports here. He's already managed to pick up the one. It's just, no one's really here to look after them. And admittedly, this is going to be expected when you've got a very aggressive team and they just try and charge through. Yeah, it's always going to be a thing. You're always going to find your supports are going to be isolated at one point or another. It's just about how well you can capitalize on that. And that was the map, let's not forget, all the round at least, where Orlando really had the chance to kind of run away with it. My biggest concern, I suppose, for them is that it was very one-dimensional. All it required was a McCree to get picked up by Zeus, and suddenly it falls apart and does nothing else to the rest of the map.
They really had a massive kind of just control on that. There was one game where they dropped, and I think it was more Brooks back, actually. The way they changed up their comp actually just caught Zeus off guard. The Reaper shred through the tanks, because generally what we saw from 0B Zeus was the tanks would go in aggressive and then kind of run everyone low as the DPS comes through and then backs the damage up. But they jumped in and didn't realize there'd be a Reaper there, and Reaper's point blank just shooting them in the face, and he just shreds through the tanks and actually took him out very early. We saw the Winston get dropped almost instantly straight off the bat to Asteria's Reaper. And because of that, it then allowed them to get that opening and just catch up on the point. And the Genji then took off and punished them hard on that point. So that was a good round from Brooks back. I'd like to see more of that. And that was that kind of glimmer of after the first round. So Brooks back definitely, yes, they lost this, but they can walk away happy knowing that actually they did have some pretty good showing up here.
They did, and you know, it's always kind of a promising sign. Small things can be turned into much bigger things later on when it comes into other matches. But for now, we are going to jump to a quick break while we sort out what the next best of 3 is going to be. Don't go anywhere, guys. We still have another best of 3 to crack through, and hopefully one that's a little bit closer. See you soon.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. Counting days, counting time. Hope our dreams come alive. The grass seems greener on the other side. The stars shine bright, but only when it's night. We all have wings, but no one's to fly. I have waited for too long to get rid of this loneliness, but all this time I felt alone. I just became unfocused on what's wrong and what's right, and on my purpose in life. You will fall, you will cry, but you will always find light. Counting days, counting time. Counting time. Hope our dreams come alive. The grass seems greener on the other side. The stars shine bright, but only when it's night. We all have wings, but no one's to fly. For too long to get rid of this sadness, and I finally wrote this song, and I'm getting more focused on what's wrong and what's right, and on my purpose in life. You will fall, you will cry, but you will always find light. Counting days, counting time. Counting time. Hope our dreams come alive. grass seems greener on the other side. The stars shine bright, but only when it's night. We all have wings, but no one wants to fly. Counting time. Seems greener on the other side. The stars shine bright, but only when it's night. We all have wings, but no one wants to fly. Turn up the music. I think I'm in love again. Come on over closer, baby. We can be pretend. Maybe I think too much, or maybe we haven't had enough. All we need is a little trust. Into the sky we go and light it up. Won't you stay the night? We can dance and sing forever. No, I won't waste your time. Yeah, you have something to remember. We could be anywhere tonight, but you and I are here together. Don't be scared, it's alright. Yeah, we can have over an adventure. We could be.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the NUEL Overwatch Week 3. We have one more final best of 3 for you tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's actually Season 1's grand champions, No Mercy, facing off against Rogue Swan. No guesses at where they're from. And once again, my name is Zezichu. I am joined by the wonderful Jake Hippray Matthews.
Oh, thank you, mate. You keep calling me wonderful every time we come.
Mate, I think wonderful is like my favourite introductory word. It's what I seem to call all my co-casters
What about
when I
interesting?
introduce them.
What about interesting?
You're not
The
interested.
interesting hit
You're,
brain.
you're wonderful, but you're not interested. Sorry, fam.
So one of the things I was kind of having a look at in the lobby, get into it. Forsaken, I remember in season 1 was one of the real standout players, basically a Reaper one trick. He's actually now the support player for what he generally plays as support, and he's actually playing Junkrat this game. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm looking at the other side. He's hovering it, but I don't think he'll play it. But he generally plays supports.
That's interesting.
So it'd be interesting to see actually how he plays, because I've not seen him since season 1 actually.
Yeah, he's a top 500 player. I don't know if he still is, but he used to be top 500, and I know he's a very, very good player. But, looking at this star-studded lineup in a sense, I remember a lot of the names here. Tomato Arto, widely regarded for his Reinhardt in the NUEL. Lucifera, bless her. I remember her Zarya incredibly well, also very, very good. Now, Stav, I don't know who he is, total no-name. Grandma and Pix. I was winding him up in the lobby. He was like, oh, do you remember me? And I was like, no, who are you? You a new player? And he was like, oh, wow, okay. And Pix are the one I remember. So, in fact, a lot of this No Mercy lineup we do recognise. They've played consistently. They've played together as a team. It's basically what you look for in a university team, is where they will stay together. A team that stays together wins together, and that's exactly what they've done thus far. But now let's see if Fondle Me and the rest of his... I love that name. If Fondle Me and the rest of his crew can upset the apple cart and bring down the champions.
Well, they're actually running double sniper here. They got the Widowmaker and got the Hanzo. The D-Master pick himself up 2 kills pretty easy. It's Tomato Wado charges forward and gets himself a kill. Gets himself a double kill, mate. That point. As Forsaken picks up Chimpy and Jonty. He falls down to Forsaken on this Hanzo all of a sudden. And look at this, just a really fast cap.
Well, Forsaken not quite playing support here, actually playing the Hanzo, but still doing a great job with it overall. And this really, what I really like about this combo, this is a proper like Season 1, Season 2 throwback comp, where you have the Zarya playing out with the Graviton Surge, you have Forsaken here on the Hanzo. All he does is just throw his ultimate down on top of that Graviton Surge and everyone dies. And thanks to the very narrow streets of King's Row, it is such an effective comp to use, and they've already got his ultimate available. Whoa! Headshot coming out there onto Jonty.
It just takes Jonty out. He's actually going to throw out the Dragon right now. Not actually going to land it onto anyone, but it's just a zoning ultimate at this point. As Pix also trying to get himself a pick off at this point. They're slowly starting to work their way towards it. I am worried if we get down and dirty how the fight will turn out with the fact they've got 2 snipers. As they are going to dive in here. The monkeys entered the fray. Tomato Wando throws out the Earth Shatter. Goes forward to the slam. 4 kills come through. And No Mercy are showing No Mercy, but a 3-man res from Jonty's pretty big, but Forsaken gets himself a kill, gets a double kill at this point. Is landing so much hurt out of Tomato Wando. Takes out Rectangle Bob. Chimpy will finally get himself a kill on to Forsaken here, but Lucifer closing in on that ulti. Forsaken again about to get another ultimate available to him.
Yeah, this
I don't think Pix gets a pick yet.
Yeah, I think that was quite a telling kind of flow of that fight, because twice we saw members of Rogue Swan behind the No Mercy team. We had the Winston behind at first, we had the McCree behind as well. Both times they both kind of stood there, the support's like, yeah, I'm going to get him, and no, they didn't manage to get either of them. And it was just like you've got 2 relatively good damage members there, and none of them can deal with the supports. That in itself tells you that No Mercy is so confident, they don't need to worry about protecting their supports, they just keep on pushing forward and winning fight after fight.
Well, the Graviton Surge joined up with the Dragon, allows him to fork it, and it just goes red. No Mercy, red through the back line, shred through the front line. And Lucifer gets himself 1 more kill onto the Soldier, and Rogue Swan fall apart in London straight off the bat to the Season 1 champions of the NUEL. And they intend to make this so fast as Pix will pick up Jonty. Sound barrier is going to come out, and they're just slowly shredding forward. Staff, Forsaken, everything is working out in their favor. No Mercy are just shredding through, taking members left, right, and center as the payload slowly works forward. Chimpy trying to buy some time, trying to keep this payload going as Forsaken's on 50% of his ultimate, popping Rectangle Bob out of point. We have seen a Graviton Surge, a sound barrier come out as 2 kills do come through for the side of Rogue Swan. Forsaken though, landing more kills out, 2 more kills. Tomato Wado gets his own double kill. Forsaken with ulti 1 more time is going to zone out. Jonty tries to res, but it's just not enough. No Mercy with an extremely fast cap on London.
Yeah, 4 minutes 29 left on the clock there. A really, really good solid push by No Mercy. They will hold up a little bit towards the end there, but did make it look pretty easy once they got their head around that first fight as it came through. My biggest concern now, of course, is we've said this is the thing, right? I always give it at least 2 rounds, 1 attack and 1 defense, purely because it's very easy to go, wow, they just completely steamrolled the attack there. There's no way they lose the defense, and then they get completely rolled in defense, and it's like, what just happened? So I'm kind of thinking here, let's wait and see what more can come out of Rogue Swan first. I don't want to write them off yet and say that No Mercy have destroyed them, but that was a very, very convincing victory.
It was a completely convincing victory. They just had firm dominance at the point all the game, and they just pushed and pushed and pushed. I don't think that payload stopped moving. Like, for the minute they capped it, they were just like walking it the whole way there. I wonder what we're going to see Forsaken pick up this time. It looks like for now it's going to be that Soldier 76. A little bit more defensive coming through from them, and Pix is actually going to get onto that McCree, so the double sniper, we're not going to see that come out, and No Mercy on the defense as well.
I mean, usually what you quite commonly see on King's Row on the first point is you stick a soldier on the high ground, stick an Anna up there with him as well, and between the two of them, then keep each other alive with the heals coming through, and they just have that tactical high ground advantage where they can, you know, just lay down fire pretty much freely unless someone can get up there to join them. You're looking at something like, you know, D.Va maybe getting up there, but even then with the heals coming through from the Anna, you know, a soldier can now probably outduel a D.Va given that support that comes through from the Anna. It just makes it very, very hard to siege into, and you can already see the high ground being assumed by a couple of members here. Pix, Forsaken, both of them up on the high ground. They know exactly where they want to sit with this defense, and I would be surprised if it comes out as a clean rush for Rogue Swan. I think it will take at least 1 or 2 pushes to really be able to get this payload moving.
Forsaken's actually giving up the high ground. He's going to go say hello by the door, run back to his team. What's quite interesting is we've actually seen like a shift in the meta. Like, do you remember when Anna was always picked? But this time, like, they're opting into the Lucio and into the Mercy. Mercy's obviously res is so impactful into these bigger team fights. So Siege just started from the Rogue squad.
Yeah, it's trying to find themselves a way into the back almost, it feels. They have got themselves covered, but straight away Chimpy is in the middle of everything right now.
Chimpy manages to take himself 2 kills up. But unfortunately for them, 2 more kills will come through, so it's a of the No Mercy lineup as Forsaken gets himself a nice little double kill. Tomato Wado slams Chimpy into the wall, throws out I can't remember what it's called now.
I'm gonna get Flame Strike. I'm gonna give you some education. Do you say tomato or tomato?
I said different things. I'm really
tomato.
bad. I don't stick to it.
This guy literally changed his name because Casters kept getting it wrong. It's Tomato Wato. Before that, it was something completely... I don't even know what it was meant to be, but everyone got it completely wrong. Anyway, Tomato Wato, now with this all coming down inside the hotel, isn't really picking it up, but Fondlemy finds himself 2 kills, and suddenly Tomato Wato... I'm going to start saying it wrong now because, for God's sake, John T with the big reds coming through.
It's a pretty big opening for them as members are just... Then Rogue Swan do finally cap the point. It wasn't quite as fast and quite as convincing. But yeah, Tomato Wado, his ulti did not land onto the right targets there.
That res was huge. I mean, you mentioned it earlier on. You were saying, yeah, this Mercy res now is so big in these big, long, drawn-out team fights. And it works so well when the defenders have such a long spawn to walk down. If you can revive a whole attacking team, they've got to kill 12 members. It's a very long spawn book. Even picking off 1 or 2 members can be enough to give you the advantage to catch the point on your next push. They didn't need 1 more push there for them. It was just the res that just completely exhausted all the ultimates coming out of No Mercy and did give Rogue Swan the point. Now let's see what they can do in the mean streets of King's Row.
Grandma has ulti available, same with Stav. Forsaken actually has switched onto his Reaper, but Fondle makes work of him. Picks in the air, just trying to get himself a pick onto Chimpy, forcing them back as Chimpy starts to rage out a little bit here. Popping Tomato Wado backwards as he charges forward, but he just can't find the opening as everyone's just bopping him back and forth. Graviton Surge is going to get pulled, and Chimpy will drop himself a kill onto Lucifer as Pix goes down, but a 3-man res from Grandma. Have your cookies, lads. Everyone's alive as an Earth Shatter follows it up. And No Mercy do get themselves a fantastic team fight as Tomato Wado trying to charge forward.
Touche. All I can say is touche. Because just literally about 60 seconds ago, they got completely wiped out by this exact thing, by getting the big res come through and winning the fight off the back of that. Everyone with a kind of renewed sense of vigor as they come back alive and just wipe everyone else out. The exact same has just happened in reverse. No Mercy being now the ones to finally stop the push coming through from Rogue Swan. And the question now is, can Rogue Swan really take control and keep this push going?
Well, they even delayed the respawn on the D.Va. So D.Va's about to come up, just making it here. But look, they're already scrapping away as a sound barrier will come through. So they're aware of what's happening as the D.Va's on their back end. Is taken, playing very, very forward at this point. And Walrus Needs to be a little bit careful here. He is completely skipped out, but a massive Earth Shatter followed up by the ulti from Forsaken. He manages to get himself a kill on the Fondle Me, but Jonty, he finds himself a fantastic 3-man res, but Pix takes out Fondle Me, takes out Rectangle Bob as Forsaken gets Demon Grog on the back end of the fight as Lucifer dropping for Jonty. Forsaken gets himself a kill onto Chimpy as well. And No Mercy are getting themselves the favourable fights over and over again. And look who's got res. It's Grandma.
Well, Jonty there, even with the res, they still couldn't win the fight out. So it just feels now that maybe No Mercy have gone, all right, you caught us at it the first time. Fair play, we'll give you that one. It's not going to happen again. They've just got an answer to it now. And as you say, Grandma with the cookies, she's keeping the whole team happy.
Milk and cookies for the team at No Mercy as Grandma probably just going to hide around a corner and look for that big man res. As Fondle Me is got ulti available. Rectangle Bob has picked up a kill onto Forsaken though, so it's something for them. And how do you deal with a res on a Mercy? You force her away or you kill her. Ideally kill her.
Big res, and yeah, killing these old grandmas, it's not the most ideal situation to be in. It's not an act that an upstanding citizen would take, but I guess in Overwatch anything goes.
Killing grandmas. Oh god.
Exactly
what is this turned into?
Killing grandmas, mate.
Speaking of killing grandmas, Forsaken does have ulti, so if he can get himself on that a nice high ground, use his ultimate, but that's a big Earth Shatter one. Takes out Fondle Me. Here's the ulti. He's gonna actually get the stun, but 4 kills, 5 kills come through. Grandma takes out Aurorus. Jonty gets a 3-man res, but Grandma's still holding fire on his res. So Tomato Waldo will pick up Chimpy on the back end, so they lose their tank for now. And it looks like the fight has spread out a little bit more as the Earth Shatter. No, sorry, I've heard the Earth Shatter sound, but it's not going to be the one coming through.
Fondle Me is kind of entirely on his own here. Just get picked up by a rocket though, and will drop down. Look at the ults coming up online for either side right now though. It's definitely going in the favour of Rogue Swan so far, but Lucifer has her own ultimate.
That's going to be the ulti as Grandma actually will bite the dust at this point. Good pick as Rectangle Bob will also take Lucifer out of mech, and Chimpy will be able to follow that up with a kill as Wolf takes down Forsaken. The rocket barrage just gets eaten up by the pixel barrier. And that's a really good fight for the side of Rogue Swan. And they will cap now.
I mean, for Rectangle Bob as well, this McCree is so useful against Pix. And you have to feel really for Pix here, you've just used your ultimate. You're fighting in much more close quarters now. Is it not time to change and just leave the DPS to the sake of maybe go 3 tank here just to try and sink in for a bit longer? Let's not forget though, they have 2.5 minutes on the Rogue Swan side, and Rogue Swan aren't anywhere near the end right now. Down comes the Earth Shatter though.
Oh, a triple kill followed up by the triple res, but Staff pops off the D.Va as we do see the monkeying out here at the Taken 48% ready to go. Fondle Me will drop Lucifer out of his mech for now. And they're just pinning them back, fighting, scrapping away. Forsaken's about to get that ultimate. And we could see some dirty stuff come through once that's available. Grandma has still got res for now. And No Mercy have got themselves the favourable point.
They're doing it. I kind of feel here as well, maybe for Grandma, after using this red, needs to switch off Mercy. You're so close to your final defensive point here that your respawn is so short. It's almost like you don't need the Mercy at this point. Maybe something else, like the Zenyatta, to really sit in the trenches there and hold this point down would be the right answer.
Well, Earth Shatter comes out, followed up by the self-destruct. It looks like it's not actually going to land on but 2 kills do come through. Fondle Me pops Attack Visor, trying to find an opening, but the sound barrier will allow them to stay alive as Lucifer comes. Jonty with a 2-man res, trying to keep the team alive, trying to keep this in their favour, but Jonty will die to Tomato World. Forsaken holding on to the ultimate, will pick up Rectangle Bob, and Pix is just about to get that ultimate. Let's see if the next big fight will work out. And Walrus will throw out the ulti, but the shield will deny him anything at this point. Forsaken throws out the ulti, gets himself Fondle Me, and they force them back with 35 seconds on the clock. Pix has ulti, Grandma has ulti. Tomato Waldo is 71%. Make that 84%. This is charging up extremely fast. This is so down to the wire, but it looks like No Mercy should have the win as they land one more Earth Shatter onto 4. The charge comes out. Demon Grog falls down. Just forcing them away. Looks like Tomato Waldo gets it. Jonty with another 2-man res. The ulti comes out and it is in the quadra for Lucifer. That is No Mercy taking themselves a fantastic team fight. And they are going to catch themselves King's Row, map 1 in this best of 3.
And Lucifero just stands there, just like, hi, thank you. I know I've got to play the game from that one. 4 kills being picked up with the ult there to really round that one out. But it was a pretty close game, needless to say. Rogue Swan putting up a pretty good fight, I thought, overall. And in fact, echoing exactly what I said at the start, yes, No Mercy rolled through them in the first round, but Rogue Swan did put up a pretty good fight in that second round. There's a lot more even fights going through. I'm interested to see what happens if they go onto a capture map here. But for now, as I said, Lucifera, she knows she's got that play of the game.
Look at this.
Everyone just stuck in the midst of it, had no way of getting away. Spam the emotes, away you go, girl. You know what it's all about.
That is a nice skin. I was saying to Jaws earlier, I didn't really like that skin, but actually...
But now you quite like it, and now you want it.
Now I want it. Oh, I don't want to play Heroes of the Storm, though.
Nah, pass. I tried. I couldn't continue.
Feels bad. Feels real bad. I quite like the rest of the titles. Didn't quite scream out to me. No Mercy, though. Got themselves a really, really good start here to this best of 3. I feel like if Rogue Swan play like they played in that second round of King's Row, they could really take this. They're still not out. This is definitely a lot closer than the previous game where Zeus take on Brooks back. That was just a complete stomp. This does definitely feel a lot closer.
It does, but based on how that last map went as well, you have to feel that maybe it is slightly in No Mercy's favour here thus far. But now going on to Hollywood for the second map, so more of the same really. It's again another one of those assault and then escort style maps that it seems that they adapt quite well to and have dealt with very well so far. The question is, of course, will Rogue Swan be able to stop them from pushing? Hollywood, quite infamously, that final ramp is quite hard to push up.
Just waiting for the teams to get ready as we were heading up. We've got a couple of payload maps now, which I much prefer payload maps. There's so much kind of do. The payload maps just generally, especially Hollywood, lots of areas where if we see someone maybe like Forsaken get onto his Reaper, he could get onto plenty of high ground points and drop down with himself, get that Death Blossom through.
It is. I'm curious to see how the comps mix up here as well. You see Pharah sometimes on Hollywood, not all the time, but do see it sometimes. Might even see a cheeky Widowmaker on the first point.
Well, we did see both the Hanzo and Widowmaker.
We did. We saw the duo.
Generally, you see what you see with the King's Row. You see teams take this Widowmaker on point 1. They try to look for a pick. They'll generally go for the flashy zip line, try and get a headshot. And if it doesn't work, they switch. And then if they cap point 1, they've done what they needed to do and got those picks and then switch. And then switch into something a bit more kind of useful. But what we actually saw was picks actually stick on that Widowmaker for the whole way through. And it felt like he didn't really come alive till like the end of that game. It was really about Forsaken on that Hanzo. Granted, he did get kind of set up for a big ulti with the Graviton Surge, and he was landing so many arrows, so many scatter arrows.
And sometimes it's all you need is just getting out the occasional headshot, picking someone off in the right place, picking out Jonty as we saw and get an immediate headshot on around the corner. And that was like, okay, you guys aren't staying here for very long then. And that's exactly the way it works out. But let's see how they play on Hollywood. If it's going to be more of the same, or will Rogue Swan pull out a surprise?
Be interested to see what Rogue Swan will do. Will they switch up their stick to what they know? Rectangle Bob was also a top 500 player, at least at the same time as Forsaken. Little fact for you there.
There you go.
Now you know.
Just being overwhelmed is probably the best way to describe it, I'd like to say.
Yeah. Definitely the case. And it looks like...
It's my favourite theme song. My favourite.
What's your favourite map? I think we've asked this before. I think I asked you this every cast.
I think it's just your go-to question, I swear.
What is your favourite skin?
Who is your favourite hero? It's like a really weird crap like Q&A trivia round.
That's how you feel the dead air. Whoa.
Right. Yeah, let's
Forsaken do it.
Let's flip this around. Let's flip this around then. Whoa. Okay, I'm ready. My body is ready.
My body is ready.
Interestingly, I have not actually yet. I've not actually cast Doomfist yet.
I've not played Doomfist yet.
Me neither, actually.
I've been a bit slacking, actually. I've not had a chance. I've been too busy to actually play Overwatch since he came out. I played like a couple of rounds, but nothing major.
It's all about that first-person PUBG.
Oh,
you're missing out,
you're
man.
telling me about it. I need to play it. I've got it. I need to play it. It's been a while since I played that game. I mean, you've played Overwatch, you've played PUBG with me, you know how bad I am first-person shooting.
Mate, don't worry, me too. I always find there's two kinds of people in this world. There's either MOBA players or there's FPS players, and I'm definitely a MOBA player. It comes from the background of RTS, where you don't really move your mouse all that much.
I'm an MMO player.
You move from the wrist, whereas in, like, you know, in FPS, you're moving the whole width of your mouse mat, and I just can't get it. It's super weird.
Personally, I am an MMO player. You can blame Blizzard for that. As we're seeing, Mosaic actually straight off the not Mosaic, Forsaken used Mosaic tactic of just getting this early ult charge by slapping his turret just round a corner, trying to catch him out.
Trying to go for it. Let's see how it works out for him though.
Let's see how much he can get. He actually got a headshot in there because he's 10% charged straight up. And Forsaken, look at that. The turret is charging away. He's going to finally get dropped, but that's a good 30% towards his ultimate, which is a very big when you're running the Torbjorn as kind of like a holding tactic.
Rectangle Bob, though, has got to deal once again with picks on this McCree. That's never any fun to deal with at all. It's an interesting matchup, as you could say. It's no fun for the person playing the Pharah. Always has to try and keep himself low to the ground, away and out of the sights of the McCree, who's constantly trying to get those headshots off. Almost gets dropped down there. 16 HP to his name.
So close. It's forced out to heals. Forsaken will draw the first kill of the game onto Chimpy. Make that 3 kills for his team as they are just walking through this fight. And they're going to push the side of the Rogue Swan squad away from the point. Look at that. Forsaken now has Molten Core ready and charged up. Lucifer also very close to that Graviton surge here. Grandma charging up towards that Resurrect. Lots of ultimates coming through here for the side of No Mercy.
He is trying to find a way through though, Rogue Swan here. It's more of the same from No Mercy, more solid defending. Maybe a little bit easier actually than what we saw on King's Row last time round. They're making this look a lot easier than they did back then. And as you say, they've got 2 ultimates here, and this Mercy res is going to be so impactful for them when the time is right, I think. They could afford to lose a whole fight and have the whole team get res back up again. And they've still got the turrets to play with. It's going to be a real tough one for Rogue Swan to be able to break through this defense.
Tomato working towards that Earth Shatter. He's on 91% at this point, so the ult economy is almost 100% for the side of No Mercy, which they really should struggle to lose the point, as Forsaken is just going to get himself a kill onto Rectangle Bob as the Earth Shatter comes out. Ultimate comes from the Tracer, not going to actually land onto anyone. Jonty will die, so the res is down as Forsaken gets himself one with the turret. Charge comes out. 3 more kills for No Mercy, and it only cost them 1 ultimate.
And that's what they like to call the Swansea sandwich there. You run backwards, you run to a turret, you run forwards, you've got a whole team waiting to kill you. There wasn't really an escape there, it feels, for the majority of the team. Pix getting picked out by his counterpart there, but look at all the ultimates available at the minute for No Mercy. They've got 5 to play with, 4 if you consider that Pix is dead, but they still have them available.
It's going to be really hard for Rectangle Bob to use the ultimate because of if he tries to get into a favourable position, it doesn't matter because actually Forsaken is dead. This is going to be a 2-man res. We now have 2 kills. Trading forward as Chimpy drops Tomato Wado. And actually, Rogue Squad are actually on the point and are looking for the cap as Bundle Me gets the pulse bomb onto Pix. And this will be the cap here. So it is not over. Ultimates were available, but No Mercy caught their pants around their ankles.
Just a little bit there as well. Chimpy dropping down that Torbjorn. I'm wondering to see if Forsaken's going to stay here or if he's going to switch away. It seems for now he's going to stick, but I don't know. I feel like here needs to be something with more consistent, reliable damage. Something that can actually, you know, make a play here. Yes, the Torbjorn turret's nice. Yes, it can put down some damage, but it's predictable is my concern.
Worryingly predictable. Is Forsaken actually, yeah, he's sticking to it.
Yeah.
Definitely liking
building them up.
He's done now. Now Chimpy closing in on ulti. Molten Core is going to have to get popped just to keep the turret alive. Forsaken under fire from Chimpy here, but Lucifer hanging around. Doesn't have ultimate available to him quite yet, and Domingo is going to drop himself a kill onto Lucifer as Pix will turn it around. Stiffy Bomb is thrown out, but doesn't find himself a single kill. So 1 for 1 so far as Rectangle Bob turns that around. The kills are pouring through. Now we see Rectangle Bob for the ulti. Pick up Stav. Grandma with a 2-man res. Followed up by the Earth Shatter. Soulbarrier comes out. Jonty finds himself something, but Chimpy trading away. Trying to get himself a pick onto Grandma here, forcing them off. No Mercy struggling with a scrappy fight on the point. And can they actually hold it? It's slowly working away.
Oh, Chimpy gets
That's
caught.
a good charge. Oh, Chimpy gets picked up by the charge, but that's going to be the end of Stab as well. Both of the charges will secure them one as Funnelby takes out Forsaken. Forsaken do switch onto that soldier and instantly gets slacked to death there as Funnelby, Sticky Bomb fixed. Funnelby actually gets himself 3 kills, and this is a fantastic fight for the side of Rogue Squad.
It's another great push coming through by these guys. They've got themselves towards the second point. And this is where they need to get to. But as we said, this is the fabled, well, not even fabled. It is the hardest part to push now, is getting on this ramp towards the final point and really trying to close the round out. They've got 3 minutes to attempt to do this.
Can they get it through Goldshire Studios? That is the question at this point. This is definitely a harder point to pressure, like you said. The respawn is so close, but flank Earth Shatter actually might do it. Double charge will deny anyone else from going down. And Tomato Wardo ticks himself up one, and Funnelby gets Porter's picks. Takes out Chimpy. 2 for none in favor of No Mercy. And that's going to be a 2-man res coming through from Jonty. Gets Awarus back up, and Chimpy takes out Forsaken. So 1 kill gets traded back as Lucifer takes out Rectangle Bob. Scrappy fights is the name of the game, and Awarus needs to be a little bit careful there. Graviton Surge is going to pull free, and then Chippy with a quadra kill! That was huge! I didn't even see what happened. Make that the Penta! Whoa!
If only they'd have the car, the payload a little bit. I was like, that's a car, it's not a payload. If only the payload was a little bit closer, then they might have managed to walk away with something from that fight. But as it stands, they've burnt 2-3 ultimates in that fight, and they haven't got really any closer to the point. This is the easy part. The hard part comes now, trying to get through the archway.
Can they push it through the archway? Fondleby's trying to make it very hard. Forsaken does have ultimate, so he's going to wait to pop it. Lucifer running very. Fondleby picks up himself a kill onto the tank. Sound barrier comes out, and Grandma raises up Tomato Wardo. As we do see 2 kills come through. Jonty is going to deny that with his own res to boot. There is an Earth Shatter about to come up as the Sticky Bomb comes out, and Rectangle Bob picks himself a kill up onto Stab. They're slowly pushing them out as a charge comes out. And Walrus running quite low, but Forsaken gets himself a kill onto Fondleby. Forsaken, 30% on that ultimate, so he did throw it out there. Chimpy charging forward, going to drop himself another one. And double kill. He is spawn killing them. 1 minute 22 is the time, and we're still not done. They're holding it as an Earth Shatter comes out. Rectangle Bob drops picks, and 1 minute 16 is what No Mercy have to aim towards.
Well, that's more like the Rogue Swan we wanted to see on King's Row earlier on. That was a great final fight coming through then. Those final 3 kills towards the very end was all they needed to push it that final way. And, you know, for all we spoke about this final ramp to push up towards and how difficult it can be to get the payload up there, they made it look pretty easy, to be fair with you. It just seemed like Forsaken walking into Rectangle Bob with a headshot. You know, it's not really the easiest way to close things out for them. And, well, it's a very convincing performance. Again, though, I'm not going to write things off, though. It's very difficult on these Assault Escort maps to say, yeah, this team is definitely going to win, because things just change so much between rounds.
Forsaken might be a little bit angry at this point. Locked in the Hanzo.
That stern anime character, that's what it's all about.
So you're being the weeaboo now.
He does look like one, though, and that's kind of what he plays after, doesn't he? He's the kind of like, he's like a samurai of some description, just uses a bow and arrow.
Isn't he like part of the Yakuza? I swear that's his lore.
He looks like it a bit, doesn't he?
Well, it's not the Yakuza. It's the Overwatch equivalent of the Yakuza.
See, whenever I think of, it sounds like a really weird kind of link to make. I always think of Big Hero 6 whenever I think of Overwatch.
You know what? I completely, yeah, I see that.
San Francisco.
Needed Diva Baymax skin.
I'm dying for the next film. Dying for the next film. Can't wait. Do you play Kingdom Hearts?
No. So yeah, this is one of the things. So I missed out on that. I was always on the wrong console, so I never got to play Kingdom Hearts because that was a PlayStation 2 title, I believe.
Mate,
right?
if you want to go to the police about your parents abusing you for not letting you play Kingdom Hearts, I'm with you all the way, man. I'll support you in this.
I mean, I had a GameCube, so I couldn't complain too much.
It's beautiful. What's your favourite game on GameCube?
Pokemon Colosseum.
I love Pokemon Colosseum.
Pokemon Colosseum was definitely my favourite game. I think I've played that game through about 8 or 9 times in my life. I love it.
Well, that's all our pre-game amble done. We're now actually into the round, so we can start talking about what's going on. Pix is going to be picking himself up onto the Genji this time round. This could mix things up a little bit.
They're definitely going a lot more aggressive this time. Tomato Wardo is actually off the German man.
The Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, there you go.
Nice try,
got
mate.
himself,
The German
got himself
man.
the monkey. Oh, dude. It's too late. Brain farts are happening at this point. And Chimpy's actually going to get himself a kill onto ground. Down one of the healers for now. which will thwart them for a little bit. But Forsaken, look at him. Charging this ultimate up super, super fast. 33% already. Lucifer's running quite low. As Rectangle Bob actually tried to go for the cheese tactic as well, locking in himself a turret.
Ooh, so he can get some good headshots down here as well. No one actually dropping yet to him, but they're getting very, very close.
Well,
Got one!
will be going down. Scatter arrows there. That's going to be the end of the turret, and the Torbjorn will pick up Forsaken.
Grandma with the res.
1-for-1 at this point. Molten is almost available. You're very much right, as Grandma's going to wrap up Forsaken, and it looks like Chimpy comes across with a triple kill. It's going to get dropped down by Stab, and they're contesting the point here. Forsaken just trying to land a little bit more hurt out, trying to pop this out. He's going to fall to Fondle Me, though.
Will find himself falling down there, and he had the ultimate to play with, but that res just for Forsaken felt a little bit wasted. I feel they should have backed off there and made a really good go of it, because now they've got to wait for that res to come back up. They've got to wait for Pix to get his ultimate before they can make anything happen. It just felt a little bit forced in a sense, and nothing really came of that force.
Slowly forcing away, but actually what we are seeing is No Mercy are on the back foot this time, and look at the ult economy. For the first time in a very long time, the ult economy is completely in favor of Rogue Swan. However, we've seen the ultimate come out and Forsaken dashes through and gets Grog. Tac Visor's coming out, and Fondle Me's trying to lay something, but Forsaken just shuts him down. Two-man res from Jonty, and Rectangle Bob takes out Sav. Chimpy's going to fall to Forsaken, and Rectangle Bob takes himself a tank as Pix slashes through, gets himself a kill onto Jonty. Forsaken, once again, is going to get killed. Where is the res? Grandma
so close.
will die, and Rectangle Bob playing this Torbjorn like a madman.
If it had even another second of healing there, Grandma would have got the res, would have been able to revive all 4 members of the team, but just did not manage to get. There's no one there to heal. But now they find themselves with ultimates once more. 3 ultimates to play with, in fact, so this could be their time. This could be their time to shine and make this push happen. They've only got a minute 20 left to play with here, Hiprain.
Watch Pix on the high ground. He has that Dragon Blade available. As Rectangle Bob is going to get a kill, but it's 2 kills coming straight down. And here he comes, Pix dashing through. Dragon Blade's going to get unsheathed now as he's going to drop a for us. That's 3 kills for the Pix at this point. Oh, just takes out Rectangle Bob and his turret. Forsaken drops Bundle Me. And this is that No Mercy will finally get himself a cap on the point.
Forsaken's just like, yes, yes, all me. Picks off 1! Manages to get hold of the demon there. It's one of the supports down at least.
It's going to delay the respawn a little bit, and it actually will force them out. Because of where they died and when they died, they actually respawned at that closer point. So now the Lucio, has to push from has to kind of run a little bit further to catch up, which just kind of gives you this little bit less pressure.
Oh, Forsaken tried to get out the rune there, but got caught on the wall and was like, oh, well, I'm dead. I'm here with Chimpy all on my own. Speaking of Chimpy, he's got his ultimate. In fact, so have nearly 3 other members of the Rogue Swan team. They have the tools to defend with. Just taking a casual ride up here, Chimpy. I'm thinking he's waiting to look to make it happen.
Earth Shatter. Lucifer is coming out as the sound barrier is going to back. So they're trading forward as Fondle Me lands a rocket onto Tomato Wado. It's only a 1 for none at this point as they're slowly starting to push them back. Remember, Grandma has res. There's going to be the 2-man res coming out, and the Tac Visor is going to get followed up as Chimpy throws out his own ultimate. Only gets 1. So far, Stav will fall. And it looks like the fight is still pretty even as Chimpy's going to drop himself Tomato Wado. Lucifer gets a Walrus. And actually, No Mercy. Struggling.
Really still trying to find a way into this, but they can't. Jonty has his ultimate as well for the rest, but look at the ultimates all about to start coming online here for No Mercy. They do have the chance if they can keep themselves alive.
Slowly pushing up, we actually see the ultimate Forsaken drops Rectangle Bob. He has a Rouge comes through with a charge, and Tomato Wardo throws out the Primal Rage, trying to get himself people pushed back. Forsaken looking for a pick, and Jonty will die, so they've lost their res for now. Point is slowly pushing forward, and they've got 1 minute 40 to work with as Pick slashes through and gets an Walrus. No Mercy definitely trying to get themselves something here.
Forsaken finally managed to bring down Chimpy to get rid of that Pester Reaper. Now that he's out of the way, they might be able to get themselves onto the second point.
Zoning ultimate from the Diva. Not going to find themselves anyone, but it will allow them something. But here comes Rectangle Bob. Is he going to find an opening?
Nope.
No.
Lucifer has got his number.
Lucifer played that very, very well with the pixel barrier. We did see Forsaken actually get himself a kill on the back end, and 97%, make that 100%. He is ready to go. Look at the ult economy for the side of No Mercy. Forsaken
Oh,
Gets
gets
himself a
one.
rectangle pop. We all held our breath there.
It's just like, oh, when's he going to do it? When's he going to do it? When's he going to do it? And he only manages to get the one. It's only his counterpart and does get dropped down by Fondle Me. But speaking of all of this ult economy, look how many ults available for Swan here. They've got so many to play with that it seems almost impossible for No Mercy to make the push. But we've seen stranger things.
We actually need to see Jonty die. If Jonty doesn't die, this could go very, very bad for No Mercy. They've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to work with. And like you said, as we approach this arc, this is where you get concerned. Demon Grog hanging about, and now we see the Primal Rage. Forsaken will get himself a kill onto one of the healers. Rez still available, Jonty's still alive. Sound Barrier comes out from him, but the Earth Shatter gets pulled out. Chimpy finds himself a kill. Jonty gets a 2-man Rez. Grandma will die, so there's no Rez for the side of No Mercy. Sound Barrier comes out. Pix looking for the opening of Rectangle. Bob has got ulti, not going to find himself an opening, but Forsaken drops out Chimpy. The kill feed is red, and it is Swan who win.
It is, and they've still got themselves a 15-second deficit here to cover up, but you've got to feel with how long it's going to take for a push to come through from No Mercy again. They're going to be the ones potentially going into overtime here with more time in the time bank, and this is the kind of match we wanted to see, one where the two teams are probably going to end up taking a map each here, because I'm really struggling to see how No Mercy make this work.
Well, there comes the self-destruct. Is it going to land onto anyone?
That's
Lose one with it, so that's something in their favour. The Grandma does die instantly.
Chimpy
Chimpy gets himself 2 kills on this Reaper. He's looking to make that free. It's going to be the end of Lucifer on his mech. There goes the 3 kills for him. And Jonty gets a 2-man res as well to boot. 52 seconds. And this could go even at this point. Chimpy.
Whoa. Missed one of the res. Got a 3-man res. I don't think it's going to be enough there. They missed one of the reses there, I think. It was actually one of the key members as well.
Oh,
rectangle bomb.
Rectangle. Fantastic. They are struggling. The ult economy is not in their favour as well. Forsaken does have Deadeye. So let's see whether or not he's going to go for it, as we do see a Walrus go forward. But with 24 seconds, Fondle Me gets himself a kill onto Pix. And we need to see a decent flank. And now the ulti's been popped from Forsaken. Is he going to find an opening with it? It looks like the answer to that will be no. Just popping a little bit of damage onto that shield. 11 seconds on the clock as Chimpy takes himself a kill onto Forsaken. And it looks like they're tight. We will be even. Chimpy throws out the ulti. It's just a zone at this point. An ulti comes out to boot as well. And it looks like we're going to have the Forsaken picking up the Bastion, but it's not going to be enough. Earth Shatter comes down. Pulse Bomb comes out. Chimpy gets 2 more kills. And overtime's going to tick away. Not working out for them, unfortunately, at this point.
It's almost like Chimpy was saying, you know what, Forsaken, you think you can shine? I can shine just as brightly. And he showed what he can do with that Reaper to great effect as well. And we find ourselves at 1-on-1 here. That means it's going to go all the way to the final map that we go to. I'm curious to know if the teams have chosen to stick with another Assault and Escort, or if they've tried to go something totally different to try and throw and mix it. In fact, they did say earlier on what the map was. I just can't remember what it was they said.
This whole thing could actually really go back to Forsaken. Let's take a look at play of the game before we talk about this.
No big surprise coming through from Chimpy. Just time and time again, always finding himself in the right place at the right time. As he's here, and no one with an answer to him. No shield available. 4 kills, as easy as that. You have to kind of feel at least some of this is on No Mercy. They really should have an answer to how DP is able to get into their backline and just cause chaos like that.
Causing chaos then. Kind of going back to my point, when you kind of have a look at Forsaken here, it's remember he's played support all this season. So he's a little bit less practiced on these DPS characters, and this could be why he's not showing up quite to the extent we're used to seeing him show up on.
Well, I think a lot of it was that for a while, for a long time, he used to main DPS and then did find himself switching. He's never played tank, but now he's switched himself over to playing, you know, these more support-based picks, like you say. But I do recall him playing things like the Hanzo and the Stranger picks, like the Reaper is a really good example too, I guess. So a less conventional DPS. Although Chimpy showing that it should be conventional and just tearing apart the competition pretty much all game there.
And a lot of that really came down to also when you have a look at Jonty on this Mercy. His reses were always fight changing. Every time the Rogue Swan team won a fight, it was because of the fact that Jonty got a really good res off and it just turned the fight in their favour every time.
It did, and well, this looks like a bit of a nightmare ending for both teams. Volskaya is going to be the third and final map in this best of 3. Now, we talk about 2CP quite a lot and say it's not the most friendly thing to play. You know, the first point quite easy to capture, the second considerably harder unless you get off 2 mega combos in a row. I'm just concerned about how this plays out because both teams have showed their strengths on different maps here and both have looked equally dominant on either map. Who's going to take this one away? Because I think it's so hard to call right now.
It's very hard to call. I feel Rogue Squad are a team who've actually progressed during this series. In fact, maybe game one, they weren't quite ready. They got guard at the beginning, got walked over, and I went, whoa, we need to turn this around. And they definitely played better on the second point of King's Row. Then what we saw out of there was a much closer game coming from Rogue Squad. They're definitely growing as they're playing. They're starting to figure out No Mercy's tactics and figuring out their game and how to play against them.
It does feel that way, but you have to kind of say, what was the big key factor on Hollywood coming through for Rogue Squad that made them turn it around? You have to say it was Chimpy playing on that Reaper. I'm concerned here is it that if you can't play Reaper here, which you can't really do on the first point, maybe on the second, but it's very, very difficult, I think, to play him here, and that could be the downfall of them on the third map.
Well, let's have a look at what will happen here on Volskaya. Probably everyone in Overwatch's favourite map.
Well,
I hate it in ranked. I actually quite enjoy it in normals. It's kind of a little bit of a meme map. It's a very pretty map.
Oh yeah, all the maps are very, very pretty, to be fair. It just depends how frustrated you are when you play them.
2 CP maps are always horrible, though, unfortunately.
They are, like I say, it's because of that very binary, easy to take, hard to take kind of style. There's no in-between like you might find on other styles of maps, but hey, the teams chose it. They feel maybe they've got something to show. I'm curious to know who didn't ban it away or who let it slip through to be one of the pickups, because normally you might something like Dorado or Numbani get through sometimes. In this case, they've gone for something totally different and just said, right, forget about Nepal, forget about Ilios, forget all of those maps. We're going to go straight for Volskaya instead.
I used to cast in a scene where there actually was an Overwatch team. I think it was Paradigm 6 was the name of them. They used to practice weird maps like this. They were very famous for playing Anubis very well, because they literally sat and practiced it and scrimmed it. So they got it down, and then whenever someone came up against them on a weird map like Volskaya or on Anubis, they always won it convincingly and very fast, purely because they just had it down. They knew how to play it. This is one of these maps that actually teams don't practice that much. They kind of avoid it because it's normally banned a lot. So if one of the teams has actually been able to put the time in and practice this, you do get yourself actually a really big advantage.
Well, let's see if there's enough advantage for one of the teams to snatch it away, or if it'll be a forced overtime from both sides. I mean, that's when it gets real scary, because that's when you go to a tiebreaker, which is a best of 3 on Nepal. You already see here Chimpy just lurking, waiting to pick someone as soon as they walk around this corner. Here they come.
Well, Forsaken's actually picked up the Zarya this time. He said he didn't play tanks, but here he is on one.
Oh dear.
The 1-for-1 trade starts this game out. Forsaken does die. Oh. Not what you need. Charge forward. There's a relatively strong hold coming through, but with them losing their Torbjorn, this could be pretty big for them at this point. Lucifer's going forward, running quite low. He's going to get charged in and will lose it. But started. The Walrus will get himself Lucifer on the back end of the fight, and Fondle Me trying to duel out Grandma here as the Walrus charges back in. Demon Grog will go down to Tomato Odo here, and we're seeing Stab, Bop, and Walrus off of the map at this point. Chimpy cannot get healed, can't get that lifesteal. Forsaken gets the kill. And look at this, 5 people on the point. Good start for No Mercy.
And this is what you expect on a 2 CPs, that you will always win that first one out due to the spawn walk distance. If a defender dies here, there is very little chance they get to rejoin that fight once more. But now on the second point, that completely changes around. It's so easy for defenders to reinforce here, and so hard for the attackers to consistently always make the attack.
Let's see how this works out. Earth Shatter is available, remember. Gonna get thrown straight out. Charge lands onto Rectangle Bob, who actually onto the team. Prize comes out, and it's gonna be equalized as Forsaken takes out Fondle Me. A return Earth Shatter comes down. It will clap Pix, and Pix will get picked away. Wolves gets himself a kill as Forsaken drops him out, but Pix pops himself the ultimate, gets himself a kill onto Demon Grog. As we do see the self-destruct come out, Rectangle Bob hanging around on the side, maybe looking for an opening as he charges back in, punching forward, gets dropped out by Pix. It's the 2 kills for the soldier, and this could be an extremely fast catch for No Mercy.
Almost.
No, they're not quite done. Forsaken gets Jonzi, and Pix looking for Demon Grog. They haven't quite captured yet. It is so close. There we go. 5 minutes 55 is the time to beat.
And that's a very, very tough time to beat as well at that hit break. That's a tough one for them to try and fight into, purely because, like I say, this second point is so hard to attack onto. You need to win 2, 3 fights in a row, and the issue there, more than anything else, it felt like, was that Rogue Swan were just filtering back in 1, 2, 3 at a time. They never came back in for a fight as a team. There was always a charge waiting for them from Tomato Wato. There was the zoning coming through from Forsaken, for example. There was just so many things that prevented them from being able to make use of that small kind of skirmishy re-entry that they were making. And well, you can see the results quite clearly. It's Forsaken and Co. walking away with 5 minutes 55 on the clock to play with. There's a lot here for Rogue Swan to do, and I'm really struggling to see how they make this happen unless I eat my words as I spoke about in the first 2 maps. It's the kind of case where you say, right, that team's got absolutely no way of being able to beat this one out, and then suddenly they come back up and do really, really well.
Well, we saw actually Stab get boosted there by the nano boost from Grandma. No, Grandma actually playing more to kind of namesake here.
Super boost.
I think that was why they won. Let's kind of really go back to it. It was the boosted mission.
You know, I've never really noticed before on Volskaya.
Hit me.
Robots.
Well, it was a robot making factory, wasn't it?
It was, but I've just never
Oh, in the
noticed them
background.
before.
The two ones fighting in the background.
There's loads of them, mate. They're everywhere. Where are the ones fighting?
If you have a look over the river, there's
Yeah.
two. There's one at one point. The two on the other side of the river start fighting. There's 3 robots in the background.
Okay.
Oh, there's actually 4 or 5. Shit, there's loads of them. But 2 of them actually start brawling at one point.
That's pretty sick. Okay, fair play. Today I learned. Yeah, I've never noticed it before. It's just that it's I've become very suddenly aware of. Robots everywhere. There we go. Okay, we managed to burn another 60 seconds in pre-game amble talking about robots. Now we can talk about the game once more. Let's look at these comments coming through once again. Nothing really surprising coming through. Maybe Pix picking up the Widowmaker once more. He's waiting for a pick-off here, I think, but not yet going to find one.
Not going to find one, unfortunately. As we do see them looking to go aggressively forward here. See, I had something else ready there for the
Pix is gone.
robot shot, but Pix has dropped, and Chimpy also going to get dropped here, and all of a sudden it's all in favour of the side of Rogue Swan.
I'd say it's unexpected, but it's not really. This is a 2 CP map. As I said, you lose one member and suddenly it's all over.
Chimpy, a little bit too aggressive there, mate, as he will charge forward and get... This will just be them having to give up the point now, and this is going to give a massive time advantage for the side of Rogue Swan on this push. 7 minutes and 12 seconds is how long they have to work with.
Can they do it quicker? Then they've got a minute to try and do this, in which case they will beat the time that No Mercy have pulled out. But that's a big ask. Let's see if they can do it on this first push.
See if they can do it. They do have a fair amount of ultimates available. Tomato holding on to that Earth Shatter. A Walrus will get dropped, so they've lost their front line, and that's a big Earth Shatter. 2 kills come up. Are they going to look for more? Stab gets dropped, and another charge gets followed up, and Chimpy gets one, but Jonty with a 2-man res will negate the fight for them so far. Now we see Fondleme actually with the bomb, get himself the kill. The cap is starting, and they're slowly pushing it through. 3 men on the point. Chimpy gets himself a 1 as the Graviton Surge comes out, as they're trying to get themselves an opening. Pix gets a Walrus, Forsaken gets Demon Grog. Chimpy running low, Chimpy going down. Jonty next to follow. Pix gets a fair few amount of kills there. And they do hold on for now.
For now. I swear I keep on hearing, I think it's Lucio, but it keeps sounding like the Windows shutdown music. It really throws me off. I'm like, what? Let's see what they can work with here. Can they make it work for them? Or is it going to be another case? Well, I mean, they're already at 5 minutes 55 here, so not going to be able to beat No Mercy's time at the very least.
They're looking very, very strong, and have a look at the ultis. Graviton Surge gets pulled out, pulling 3 members in. Sound Barrier will negate that thing. As out, it's actually going to get Demon come through as another 2-man rest from Jonty is absolutely huge as Rectangle Bob throws out the ultimate, gets himself 2 kills. That's absolutely huge. Tomato Waldo has been nano boosted, but he gets shoved back out of the fight, and all of a sudden with 4 members strong on the point, an Earth Shatter comes out, a bomb comes down.
Oh, Pix!
Good pick there. He's looking to try and get something more into Chimpy. They're just buying it, just buying enough time to keep it alive, and it looks like they have defended successfully for now.
Well, they turned it round. I'm pretty sure for a few seconds there, Rogue Swan must have thought, you know what, we've got this now. We're in a pretty good spot. But then that double sticky just comes through, and that changes everything. And No Mercy managed to hold on once more. They've now got a 1-minute advantage to play with.
And a staggered back. Fondleme did just die to Tomato Waldo's fire shock there.
Mate, you're so bad at these names. Kills me.
It's I haven't casted Overwatch in.
Mate, it's player names, man. Tomato Water, Lucifera, not Lucifer. Oh, you and Jaws are one and the same. I understand now why you meme so much. It's wonderful.
They're the same.
One and the same.
We're sent from hell to punish you. Pair of us.
Tilting, so tilted. But you know what else is tilted? I'm pretty sure right now Rogue Swan are feeling pretty tilted. They can't find a way through. Even with all these ultimates to play with, they've got to pull the trigger soon. They're losing so much time here.
6 ultimates is what they've got in their favour. Pix has died, so it's a 5v6, sorry, for now. But the ultimates are slowly coming alive for the side of the No Mercy side as well. There's going to be the Earth Shatter as we see the sound barrier. Double sound barrier makes that. Both health bars are huge. This Graviton Surge gets pulled out, but Forsaken comes up with the double kill. Thunderwing gets Tomato Water, so it's a 2-for-1, but Junti resists and denies. And there's going to be Rectangle Bob taking himself a kill onto Forsaken as a Pulse Bomb, this time from Pix, gets himself a kill onto Demon Grog. Junti has been denied healing for a little bit, and he will fall to Pix. Another fantastic fight as Fondle Me gets himself a kill onto Grandma. Chimpy's coming out. Here's Tomoto Waldo opening up. Fire Strike comes through. Earth Shatter comes down and it just drops a Rectangle Bob. Forsaken gets Chimpy. And 3 minutes 35 seconds on the clock is all that No Mercy needs to take week 3.
So close. Forsaken is so close to getting dropped here as well. Oh, didn't have enough ammo. And will find himself on the heal pad though. Fondle Me nearly find himself caught out there. But just rewind back and keeps himself safe. Rectangle Ball switching over to the Farah now. They're getting desperate now. They've got to try something different because for the last 4 minutes, this tack has not worked for them.
Lucifer has ulti now as well. Grandma's about to get nano boost. So they've still got a pretty good amount for them. And Stab, look at that. Sound barrier is getting quite well. So ult economy for the next couple of minutes will be massively in favour of No Mercy lineup. As Forsaken takes out the front line, will get dropped by Fondle Me. Here comes the ultimate. Who's going to die? No one falls to it, so they've used one ultimate, just zoning them away. Graviton Surge comes forward as Tomato Water takes himself a kill onto Demon Grog, as Fondle Me gets himself a kill onto Grandma as well. Chimpy taking himself something onto Lucifer, getting him out of mech. And look at this. Rogue Swan are the ones in advantage. They've actually got the point. Jonty still has res. Sound barrier comes out. Gonna just try and buy time for the rest of the team to come alive as a Walrus
Rectangle
has
Bob.
got the Earth Shatter available. Keep your eyes on him. Is he going to use it? Looks like they're trying to get it as the Nano Boost comes out, as an Earth Shatter comes down. Tomato Water has managed to get himself a kill onto 2, but the red comes out, and they are just not done. Return Earth Shatter. The point is capping through. Jonty is still alive. Tomato Water got himself a triple kill. Forsaken turns it up. Forsaken gets himself a double kill, and they stay alive.
That is literally all they needed. Tomato Water saw the golden arches. You just saw the lineup of 4 members gets a super clean Earth Shatter coming down, and they managed to wipe it out of Forsaken. Not even using his ultimate there, still picking up 3 kills at the end. Fantastic defense from them. There's only 2 minutes left to play with here for Rogue Swan. Excuse me. They've got to start feeling. I was just like, choke on my own tongue. Wonderful.
It's alright, don't worry. I'm still ill. All good, my friend. This Forsaken
right, I've
is
had
going
a
to
beverage.
get some...
I'm good.
You what?
I've had a beverage. I'm good. We can continue.
Well, this game can only go on for another 1 minute 28. A 1-for-1 is the trade so far, and Forsaken going down isn't the end of the world because of how close he is to the respawn point. He's about to come back up as we see the charge come out. Healing's coming down, and the point is slowly starting to get contested. Stav's going to get himself a kill onto Aurora, so they've lost one of their front line. Stav rolling low as Tomato Water throws out the Earth Shatter. Graviton Surge pulls 2 in as Fondle Me dies. Forsaken lands the rocket onto Fondle Me as Rectangle Bob gets himself a kill. Rocket Barrage is there. Stav will go down, and there's the cap for 1 minute. They have a lot to work with still, though.
They do. They have 1 minute. 1 minute to capture the first point and then try and get something on the second, because you have to think, with 6 minutes, well, just shy, literally 1 second shy of it, No Mercy must have a way to be able to get at least the first point and at least the first tick on the second point.
No Mercy definitely have a lot of time in their hands. Unless some real cheese comes out, like a Torbjorn Bastion or something crazy like that. I don't expect that, and I don't want that, but I'm just talking cheese in my mind.
Just obsessed with cheese, mate.
Well, we're now back into that 1 minute of
we are.
rambling.
I was just about to say, what's your favourite cheese?
Well, I was going to ask what your favourite robot was, seeming as we're this guy.
Favourite robot? Mate, I don't know names of robots or anything like that.
Bender.
Oh, come on. That's the only answer you wanted, right? You wanted me to say Bender. Is that literally the only reason why you asked?
No. I want to know what your favourite robot is.
What other robots are there?
You got Bastion.
Come on.
You've got the robot from iRobot, Sunny.
All right, Baymax.
Yeah, there you go. That's a really good. That's actually better than well played. You win. You win the better robot off.
Okay, well, now let's talk cheese. You mentioned cheese once. You've got 12 seconds. Tell me about your favourite cheese.
Oh god, what's the name of it? Now you put me on the spot. That one you put in the oven, and it's got the skin in your dip. Oh, what's it called? It's quite posh.
Fondue.
No, not fondue.
You're
I do like
thinking
fondue.
of a fondue. Yeah, I have no idea.
It's not a fondue.
Okay, I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
Mate,
You
sorry.
live up north. You're not used to our posh cheese.
Mate, I like my brie. I like my goat's cheese. That's about as far as I go. However, let's see if this. Let's see on that segue note. Let's see if this is as far as Rogue Swan go, or if they can win themselves a fight to try and keep their dreams alive of taking away from the former champions.
Picks. Well, Rectangle Bob's actually got himself 2 picks straight off the bat, as Fondomi will get himself 1. The cap is starting. They've got 31 seconds left, and this looks like a pretty easy cap, actually. Sav just trying to weigh the time out for as long as possible. Look at him. Just buying it out, hopping around, keeping himself alive. Finally does go down. 19 seconds on the clock. How much time will that give them?
They only get. I think you get 30 seconds, or I might be. I'm pretty sure it's 30 seconds, and that's all you get to play with.
Yep, 37 seconds. Very, very
Run,
hard.
boys, run!
They can switch to the Bastion.
The most important thing to
cheese.
watch here is ult charges. Whatever ult charge they can get from that first point is so crucial in potentially wiping the second
Oh
point.
no, that could actually... Aurorus lost so much health to the Bastion. Wasn't expecting... Time. Pix slashes through. Fury kills come out. 17 seconds on the clock. But a 3-man race. Pix flashbangs back into Rectangle Bob as we see the Earth Shatter come out. Forsaken dies. But Pix with the double dash, double slash kill. 3 kills come out. Lucifer gets himself 1. And that is overtime ticking out for them. Okay. A lot to play with for the side of No Mercy.
Woo! Wow. 5 minutes 59 seconds to capture the first point and get the first tick on the second point. You'd be hard pressed to deny that No Mercy can do that, but stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, but whew.
Right.
Basically 6 minutes to work with.
Right.
They can't throw this, right?
What's our random topic for the next 60 seconds?
Oh man, now you're putting me on the spot.
Time's ticking.
OBS or XSplit?
That's so boring. OBS, mate.
Okay, cool.
I actually want to have a play the game show.
Okay, I haven't heard of it.
It's really good. You have to. I think it's like $29 for a year, but apparently it's really, really good.
My
So
girlfriend's
I'm
got
very
one of these
tempted.
stream deck things where I should actually use it and just be running the stream instead of you, where I can just press buttons and change the scenes. So it's literally it's like a stand-up light-up thing, and she has like a light-up button which just says Twitch, and she presses it when she wants to switch to Twitch. So she uses it for editing, but also really well for streaming. It's made for streaming, so you can kind of have all your scenes set on buttons, and you just press the button.
And here you are making me host. You're a disgusting
I
person.
know, it feels bad, right? She even has emotes for her stream, so she can just spam chat by pressing
I've
it.
seen some of her emotes. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, she was showing those off earlier today. If you're in her Discord,
Christ.
you
Anyway,
can get Jake emotes.
now we're all done now, mate. 6 seconds gone. Can't talk about that
We did
anymore.
it. We brought it out.
Woo!
Ooh, Forsaken.
Forsaken, hello.
He just forsakes Fondle me. That's actually big though. That means they've got this slight advantage. There is a Symmetra here. We didn't really hit on that. Probably should be talking about the picks. There's a Walrus Woolful. Great grenade comes through. Rectangle Bob does get himself a pick onto picks, but Tomato Wilder takes out Demon Grog. And look at this. What a great start. They are just dropping everyone.
And that
Forsaken takes out Rectangle Bob, and there you go.
Ooh, rocket to the face over Forsaken. Nothing that's going to hassle him too much, I don't think. Sombra obviously not really doing the work there. Chimpy probably wants to go back onto his Reaper here. We know what he can do with that.
Right, 5 minutes and 42 seconds is No Mercy need to one check at this point.
Ho ho! By Demon Grog.
Forsaken, what is happening?
Well, Demon Grog
Play
stood
like a
still.
different person.
That didn't really help.
Well, it's capping through. They've actually done it. That's it. No Mercy.
Oh.
What went out? Whoa. Ha.
Oh.
Okay then.
Well, they had 2 or 3 members stood around the point, but no one actually on it, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately, that's how you lose. But what a game that was, going all the way through to overtime. We called it on the second map. We did say if this goes all the way through and goes to overtime, it's going to be a very, very clinch map. But wow, what a game!
Completely dominant. Let's see who got player of the game. It is the man
Say it
with the
correctly.
plan. I'm not going to say his name.
Say his name.
Yeah, I said it different.
Either way, this is where the Golden Archers lined up for him. Just saw 4 or 5 members in the easy lockdown, and suddenly this is how they managed to defend the point. Because for a second, it actually looked like Rogue Swan were going to take it away, but Tomato Wilder clearly had other ideas and supported there by Forsaken. They clean them up and they win the series 2-1.
Rectangle Bob is a player I definitely want to keep my eyes on. That guy played very, very well today.
He did.
And he really was the bane of Forsaken. Really pressured him.
He was, but I guess the main issue there for him was that he was kind of the focus of the enemy team. They knew that he would be the main issue for them, I think. So it's kind of well, if we've got to deal with him, as long as he's out the way, then we're absolutely fine. So he didn't really get the chance to shine.
No, he didn't, but I still feel that Rogue Swan are a team who actually played very across this tournament and actually did really challenge No Mercy today. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this squad. I feel that they've got a lot, and they showed a lot of kind of like startup powers. We're only in week 3, remember?
Indeed, we are. Still another few weeks to go to determine who is going to be the summer tournament champion. But both of these teams in with a good chance, and I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys get caught up again at some point in the playoffs, quite potentially. That would be a great game to see.
That would definitely be a great game to see. I think over the next couple of weeks, we'll see Rogue Swan definitely improve work around their kind of standout players, Rectangle Bob and Chimpy.
Yes.
I feel if they do start to work around those and really start to work on their kind of like positioning in games and figuring out how to play the different maps and stuff like that, they could challenge No Mercy and potentially take the Season 1 champions out of the picture.
They could indeed. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this week as we close out week 3. Week 4, of course, we'll be back once again next Sunday. Not once we missed as we do draw towards the close of the Summer Tournament. Thanks for watching. My name's been Desertude, joined by Hiprain, and we'll see you guys again very soon.